When somebody can't beat you at anything, they quit trying to beat you and start trying to shake you instead. And you won't catch it while it's happening because it never looks like competition. It can look like her changing the subject as soon as the attention lands on you. And I had this happen to me. I was riding with a group of ladies on our way to a beach club, and everybody was going around talking about their accomplishments and their successes and what they were working toward. So I'm the last one to go. And before I could even finish my thought, one of these women cut me off. And the timing could have waited because we weren't parked and getting out. We were still rolling up on the place. So I'm sitting there looking around like, is this normal? Because what just happened? Like, literally, I was in the middle of speaking and she goes, "Oh, we're here, guys." I'm like, okay, we here, but we not parked. So what? But anyways, now what confirmed it for me came later. We get to the beach club and I had a tote with me. And if you've ever been to a beach or a pool, you know a tote is convenient for your belongings and your extra sandals and whatever else won't fit in a handbag. So somebody compliments it and says the tote is cute and I got everything in there. And the same woman who cut me off earlier goes, "Yeah, she got kids. Of course she got a tote." And this woman was already funny acting about anything to do with kids. So I said, "You don't have to have kids to use a tote." And everybody else went, "Oh, yeah, that's true." And I watched her face when nobody took her side. Nobody was even trying to start anything. They just agreed with what I said. But she looked cut down by it. And that reaction is what confirmed for me that the thing she did in the car 30 minutes earlier was on purpose. So understand how a woman who's decided you're her competition got there because she already ran the numbers. She looked at you, then looked at herself, and worked out that you're ahead of her. And she's not sitting there thinking, "I'm going to destabilize this woman today." She's thinking, "I can't compete with her there, so where can I get her?" That's the calculation, and she's running it every time she's around you. So she's got two options at that point. She can go work on herself, which is slow and hard and means admitting you're ahead of her, or she can bring you down to where she can manage you, which is fast and takes nothing out of her. And most people pick the easy route because it works for their ego and because it lets them avoid looking at themselves. Hit that subscribe button because I'm about to show you everything these women do. Now, destabilizing you is not the same as attacking you because an attack is visible. If somebody comes at you directly, you know exactly what happened and you can defend yourself, and everybody watching can see who started it. But she's not going to say anything you can quote back to her later. She's going to make remarks that leave you feeling off for the rest of the day without being able to explain why. So, say there's a woman at your job who's been watching you move up. You tell her you got the promotion, and she goes, "Oh, congratulations. I just hope they don't burn you out." Now, why would you say that? I didn't tell you I was worried about getting burned out. I told you I got the promotion. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about because she never says your decision is wrong. She makes you feel irresponsible for being happy about it. You didn't lose an argument because there wasn't one, but you're standing there second guessing a decision you were solid on an hour ago. She wants you feeling stupid for being excited about your own promotion. And the timing is what gives them away. And the digs are never random, even though they can feel like it at times. So this time, it's a friend of yours. You post a picture you love, and she comments that she likes how confident you're getting. Now, she made confidence sound like a phase you're going through instead of a part of who you are. And she said it in a way where you're not sure if you should be mad about it. And you've seen this in comment sections. A woman who's heavy set or who isn't what society calls conventionally attractive posts herself owning who she is. And here comes somebody saying, "Oh, I love your confidence," or "I wish I had your confidence." And on the surface, that reads like a compliment. But why is this woman's confidence the thing worth commenting on? Because the compliments look completely different under a post from a woman who's considered attractive. That's a backhanded compliment. And I don't care what that person's intentions were because intentions don't outweigh impact. And that's what your friend did. She waited until you felt good about yourself and then she killed it. Then there's the one who keeps you explaining yourself. And this is so subtle that most women never catch it. So picture you telling a friend you're moving out of state for a job, or you're leaving a company you've been at for 6 years, or you're cutting off a mutual friend she was cool with, or you're done with a man she thought was good for you. She asks you why. You tell her. Then she asks another question. And that one's a little more personal than the first. You answer it. Then the next one goes further than that one did. And by the fourth or fifth question, you're realizing how far into your business this has gotten. So you go, "Why are you asking me all this?" And she's like, "Girl, I'm just curious." Okay, but this is how you know the difference. A friend who's really curious will give you her honest opinion back. She'll say, "Oh, I didn't know you were feeling like that." She'll tell you she's happy for you, or she thinks you're making a mistake, or what she would do in your position. She'll even tell you she doesn't understand your decision. There's some exchange happening, but this woman keeps collecting. You keep talking, and she's sitting there gathering information about your plans, your relationships, your money, your next move, who you're talking to, why you made this decision, what you're going to do next. And somehow you walk away knowing absolutely nothing about what she thinks. And before you ever figure out what happened, you get this weird, icky feeling like you said too much. And you didn't say anything inappropriate and you weren't out here being unfiltered, but the whole exchange sits wrong because what she gave you back wasn't nearly as dense as what you just handed to her. Then it hits you. Oh, you weren't talking with me, you were interviewing me. Because she doesn't need to agree with you. She doesn't even need to tell you whether she thinks you're right or wrong. She just wants you in the position of explaining yourself while she sits in the position of deciding whether your explanation is good enough. She wants you answering to her about your own life. And sometimes you'll even get the one who brings up your past when you're doing well in the present. So watch for this specifically. You'll be at dinner talking about an accomplishment you're proud of, and she'll bring up a situation from 5 years ago that has no connection to what you just said. Whether that's a bad relationship or a mistake you made or a whole era of your life that's over. But she says it casually, like she's just reminiscing. And some of those people at the table might not even know about it because just because you and her have had conversations and have a certain level of familiarity where she got access to that information, that doesn't mean that's the same information you've given to everybody else. So she's not only refusing to let people forget your past, she's also introducing new information that people were never privy to. And I'm sure a lot of us have seen shows like Love and Hip Hop or The Real Housewives, whether it's the Atlanta franchise or the Potomac franchise, where somebody wants to use an opportunity to be messy while everybody's sitting around the table breaking bread and fellowshipping. And if she can't be where you are, the next best move is making sure nobody forgets where you came from. She wants that table seeing you as who you used to be. And this same archetype of woman likes to make you look bad in front of people while sounding like she's being supportive. So, say you're at brunch with a group and you mention you've been busy with your new business, and she goes, "Oh, good, because I know you were struggling for a while there." So now everybody at the table is thinking about you struggling instead of you building a business. And she said it in a tone where she sounds like she's happy for you. And you walk away knowing she took a shot at you, but you can't explain it to anybody without sounding petty because if you repeat the actual words, she sounds supportive. It's how she said it, when she said it, and what she knew it was going to do. That's why everybody else will tell you you're reading too much into it, but you were sitting right there. You heard how she said it, and you know exactly what she was doing. She wants you to feel a way because she feels a way about you. So she wants you to feel a way about yourself too. Then there's the one where she agrees with you to your face and undercuts you everywhere else. So, say you told a group of friends you're going back to school and she was right there being supportive and happy for you and rooting for you. Then a few weeks later, it gets back to you that she's been telling people she's worried about you, that she hopes you know what you're doing, that she has concerns about your choices, because she can't come out and say she doesn't want you to succeed. So it comes out as concern instead, and nobody can call her on her concern. She wants people thinking less of you and she wants to stay the good friend. Now, you ever notice how much more of this behavior you get when you're a pretty woman? And I'm talking about the small stuff you notice but never say. You walk into the function looking good and you watch a woman's face drop for a half a second before she fixes it. Or a man compliments you in front of your female coworker and her whole tone changes. Or your girlfriend is perfectly pleasant with you all night until a man walks over to your side of the table. So none of these women are going to say a word about any of it, but they'll find another category to hold over you. You get a compliment at work, and your coworker will mention you must not have had to work as hard as everybody else to get there. She wants you feeling bad about your looks, and she'll find any category she thinks she can beat you in and drag the discussion there because your looks are the thing she'll never bring up directly. And what makes it worse is that when you're pretty, nobody believes you when you claim you're being mistreated. You know the behavior gets worse on the days you look your best, but as soon as you say that a woman might be threatened by how you look, you sound conceited. And you know it, so you don't say it. You sit there and take it and gaslight yourself that you're imagining the whole thing because that's you coping, which means the strategy works even better on you than it would on the next woman because you've been trained to never name the real reason she's coming at you. So you end up sitting on the truth about her, seeing it clear as day, and unable to say it out loud to a soul. And that's a specific kind of alone that every attractive woman watching this already knows about. And eventually, she doesn't have to say anything at all. Say you just got engaged and she's one of the first people you'd normally tell. Before you even pick up the phone, you're sitting there running through how she's going to take it. You're deciding which parts to leave out. You're figuring out how to say it so it doesn't sound like you're bragging. And she hasn't said one word to you yet. She trained you to manage yourself around her. And now she can sit there quiet while you do her job for her. And you'll catch it in the small stuff. You've got plans with her Saturday, and all week you're rehearsing how you're going to bring up your promotion. Then Friday night, she texts that she can't make it, and you feel your whole body relax because your nervous system is relaxing now since the person who's psychologically unsafe for you to be around won't be there. So you really have to pay attention to how your body feels around somebody. And I'm not talking to the women who are insecure and intimidated by other women because your nervous system is messed up from your own insecurity. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is not applicable to you, and this ain't the video for you. Now, back to the women this video is actually for. As soon as you see a woman behaving like this, cut her off. I'm not telling you to manage the relationship or handle her better. I'm telling you she's not somebody who belongs in your life. And if it's somebody you have to work with or be around, be very short with her and don't engage. She asks you why you made a decision and you say, because I wanted to, and you leave it right there. She brings up your past and you don't respond to it at all. You change the subject and keep it moving because everything she's doing needs you to participate. And you never have to tell her you figured her out. You just stop giving her anything to work with. So understand what she's really after because it was never about making you fail. She doesn't need you to lose, and she doesn't even need to beat you. She just needs you shaken enough that you stop moving like yourself because you can lose money and make it back, and you can lose a job and get another one. But a woman who doesn't trust her own judgment is a woman who can be knocked off her square by anybody. That's what she's been going after this whole time, and it falls apart completely against a woman who stays sure of herself. Have you had somebody in your life who only had comments when your life was going good? And what did they say that you couldn't repeat to anybody without sounding petty? Tell me about it down below. Share this, like it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Take care.